We're going to take a quick look at support. What is support? Support is essentially a bottom that the market makes. In this image here, we've got several areas of support that are marked off. Now, a support area is where the price comes down and bounces back up. Comes down, bounces back up. They are places that act like a floor for the price to bounce off of. The word support comes from the old floor trader days where the price would support the market from dropping any further. So we get an area where the price comes down and it gets supported. So we have what's considered major levels of support and minor levels of support. Essentially, the big areas that you can see very, very clearly become major levels. These are very standout-ish. You can identify them very easily. These are kind of in your face. There's no doubt that the market came down and was rejected and turned back up. This would be what we would consider a major area of support. Now, there are minor areas of support as well. So this is the same chart, and the major areas have been grayed out and the minor areas have been shown. Now, the minor areas are areas where the market is affected. It does come down, it does get turned away, but not in an impressive kind of way. It happens a little bit, market bounces off of these levels, but the market doesn't make this huge turnaround. They're not super clear, not like we see here with these major levels, but they are these subtle levels that affect the market. Now, why do we want to know about support levels? Support levels are great at attracting the price, and they're great at repelling the price. So let's take a look at this on an actual chart. Now, you can do this on any chart anywhere, but what we have are these areas of support. We've got this major area of support, major area of support, 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 support. These are areas where the price comes down and gets rejected. Now, what's great about these areas and why they're important is we want to keep them in mind when we are placing a trade. We can see that the market is attracted to these areas, so having trades that move towards areas of recent support is a good idea. It makes for a good target, and it also gives us an idea of where the market can potentially turn around. So if I take a look at what's right in the middle here, and I'll draw a line just underneath this area of support, we can see that the price has moved away but then comes back to it. It gets drawn towards that level, moves away as it's repelled by that level, and then comes right back to it. Again, it gets attracted to that level, gets pushed away, and then comes back to that level and gets pushed away. Now, the important thing to understand is areas of support are areas. They are not exact prices. Sometimes the market will get to an exact price, but generally it's an area, and I like to call it a halo effect. We have these areas of support that we can draw kind of a halo around. Let me darken this up just a little bit so we can see it in the video. We'll darken that up just so that it shows up in the video a little better. So we have this sort of aura or a halo where the price is affected. Now, the market is going to get to it and bounce away, might get close to it and bounce away, and it might get beyond it a little bit and then bounce away. So these areas will attract the market, and these areas will repel the market. Now, we use these areas when we're looking for potential trades. We use these areas when we're looking for potential short targets. So when we're selling, we want to find maybe a nice area of support to target. We'll also use these areas when we are drawing trend lines. An area like this, and an area like this, and an area like this. We can use them to connect and draw trend lines. So areas of support are great tools for our trading. We really do want to pay attention to these areas. Anytime we do market assessment, I want to really be sure that I've got my areas of support on my radar. I want to know where the price can potentially go and where the price will potentially turn around.